What's up, everybody? This is GreyMan here. Welcome to another edition of Walking Out and Hiking with Gray. I guess you could start calling it some sort of repetitive thing that I'm doing here on YouTube. But anyways, I'm out here exploring a new area. Basically, I'm looking for different types of plants and wildlife and, you know, sources of water, stuff like that. You guys know, if you've watched the content before, how I roll and when I come out here in the woods and whatnot. Plus, it's good exercise. The weather's not too bad today. The sun is actually beating on me at the second, but it's very cloudy out and the wind is picking up, so that's always a plus. But I did find a, I don't know if this camera will focus on this. It's called a yellow milkwort. I don't know if you guys can see that there. And they're spread out through this area here. I'm going to take this one and put it in my pack and do some stuff with it. But from what I understand, yellow milkwort can be used for, some people say it can be used for snake bites, you know. Of course, you want to do your research. But, you know, and for coughs, for swelling and stuff like that. But I thought it was cool that I came across that, that plant. I use a plant identifier as well as my handbooks to look up this stuff. So I think I'm pretty accurate in identifying the yellow milkwort. But alright, so I'm going to head out and we'll touch base again here soon as I come across certain things. And I'm hoping to find a spot where I could actually just hang out with you guys for a minute and talk a little bit. And hopefully this wind doesn't mess with me too much. Alright folks, I'll see you here in a bit and we'll see what I get into. Alright, so anyways, I cut off that trail and found a different one that actually headed in towards the woods, or the wooded area, as you can see around me. Nothing but woods, which is great because the sun was actually getting pretty nasty out there. And I figured being in the shade in this type of environment, being that it's probably high noon, I think. Yeah, it's probably about noon or 1 o'clock. I can look at my phone and get the actual right time. But the sun is actually at its peak, per se. So anyways, I'm going to try to find a spot to kind of see if I can just kind of relax, hydrate, and hang out for a bit. And see if the clouds move in a little bit more. That way I can take a break from the heat. I know it doesn't seem very long on YouTube, but I've been on it for about an hour and a half. And I'm not going to record the hike in unless I come across something neat. But I don't know, guys. Hopefully I can find a nice little spot and I'll set something up and then have a little discussion with you. And I also wanted to say thanks for you guys for hanging in with me last night. I don't know what the heck was going on with YouTube. But I got a lot of emails and texts in regards to what was going on and or what they thought was going on. Made people make assumptions and speculations. But I don't know, everything seems to be on the up and up today. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in a few. Came across, I don't know if you guys can see this plant here. Maybe see if I bring it up closer to that. So this is a muscadine. I think the proper name is a muscadine. It's related to the grape family. But right now it doesn't have any grapes on it, of course. But they do great in heat. As you can see back here, there's a lot of it. It's a viney plant back here, but it's all, there's a whole bunch of it. This one I just got real close to me, and I can tell by the leaves that this is, and I did verify it against my plant ID. I don't know if you can see the leaves there. That's kind of like the tall tale. And like I said, people use this to make wine. People use it to consume. People make jellies with it. So I thought it was pretty cool coming across wild grape on my travels here on this nature hike. So I figured I'd throw that in there. But yeah, so we've come across two wild edible medicinal plants this time. I'm trying to keep an eye out for you guys because you guys have asked me, you the subscribers have asked me like, hey, if you come across something, let us know. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, back to the video. So as I'm walking through this area, something popped in my head. You know, you're always on the hunt for, let's say, fire starting material to make, let's say, your bird's nest and whatnot. And here in Florida, we have these specific plants around us a lot. There's a ton of them everywhere you look. You know, the different types of palms. There's sable palms and fantail palms and stuff like that. But I'm going to flip the camera around and show you the stuff that I use to make like a tinder bundle or a bird's nest. And then see if I can set something up over there down the trail a little bit and kind of show you how I put it together real quick or whatnot. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyways, let me show you what I'm talking about real quick. Now, as you can see here, this stuff will easily, or at least for me, easily catch flame with, let's say, a ferrocerium rod, or if you have a lighter or whatever, however means you want to, you know, start your fire. This stuff works really, really well. It's extremely dry. I don't know if you can see how, I mean, it'll just kind of, you can see the dust coming off that. But I can make a nice little tinder bundle out of that. And matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys here something in a second. I'm going to pause this and go set something up back there and kind of show you guys something really quick. Alright, so give me a second and I'll set that up for you folks. Alright, so what I did is I went and gathered some material. It's hard to do this when you're by yourself and try to hold a camera and do stuff, but I'm going to show you what I got set up here and show you how to use that material from the palms to use as a you know, bird's nest or whatnot, how to start a tinder with it, and kind of show you how I do it when I'm out, if that makes sense to you folks. So I'm going to set this up. I'm going to try to talk. Hopefully the mic will pick me up when I set this down and kind of show you what I got going on over here. Alright, so let's go ahead and set that up and get the camera. So what I'm hoping is that you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. This is the material that I pulled off the palm. It's very dry material, as you can see there. Then this is kind of like a little bird's nest that I'm trying to put together, because I'm not trying to make something that I'm going to use currently right now, but kind of shape this into like a little bird's nest right there. And then I'm going to take, this is a cotton ball saturated with Vaseline, of course, break that up a little bit, and then I'm going to put this right inside, you know, this little tinder bundle like that. See what I'm saying? Now this, the reason I have this is because, let's say if I want to start this here and then transport this to where I'm going to have my campfire. So I would use this, because it's green, to hold this like so and transfer the fire, if that makes sense to you. I got my trusty Gerber, and this is one of the relatively new ferrocerium rods that I'm using by Schrade. You guys can see that there. And then this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to, they call it, I don't know if you can get what I'm saying, if you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to set this here, put this in here, and then I'm going to pull back on this. So, and there you go. So now I can use this to cup this and to move it over so I don't burn myself, if that makes sense. Now hopefully I got all that on film. And what I was trying to show you with the ferrocerium rod is positioning your ferrocerium rod at a certain point and then pulling on that ferrocerium rod. Maybe I'll kind of show you real quick what I'm talking about, and that'll kind of explain what I'm trying to say, since I can't spit it out correctly. So here's what I mean. You want to hold this in one spot and pull up. I'm putting my pressure right here. Right here. So I'm holding this down. You're using that spine, the 90-degree angle, and then this here, you're going to pull back on. You know, kind of like, so you're going to pull, you're going to set where your material is, and then you're going to pull like that, and you're going to pull back. So this stays in one spot, and then you pull. Because if you do it the other way and you do this, which I've learned, I've made the same mistake. If you go like this and you have, let's say you have this tinder bundle, and you go like this, you're going to knock that tinder bundle down. So hopefully that kind of explains a little bit what I'm trying to elaborate here. I know it's not the most professional production, but hopefully you guys got the gist of what I was trying to show you on that. And hopefully when I go back, the footage is right, because you never know. I set up the camera, I made the assumption that the footage looks good, but I figured I would show you guys while I'm out here, because it just, as I'm walking through looking for stuff, and I really don't pre-plan this stuff, I just kind of roll with it. And you know, found some logs and decided to set up a little quick studio out here in the woods. But hopefully you guys will, you know, kind of get something from that, especially some of the you new preppers out there who are just getting your first time you ever get a ferrocerium rod. And like I said, I've learned a lot of techniques that I use from the gray bearded green beret. I know I say that continuously. He's just an excellent teacher, and he breaks down things really good. So for the years I've been watching him now, but I've learned a lot of material from that gentleman. He's just very good at what he teaches and breaks things down pretty good. So I look up to him for that. Anyways, guys, let me go ahead and clean up my mess and hydrate a little bit, because I am pouring down sweat. It's nasty out here today. Even my glasses, I can feel the sweat pouring down in there. But anyways, let me see what else I want to do, if anything. If not, I'll do an outro and we'll run with it, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a few minutes while I showed you this quick technique. Hopefully, like I said, someone will find value in that. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Hey, what's up, everybody? So hopefully that you guys enjoy that little, I don't know, educational fire starting. Sorry, the wind is very heavy and I hear cracking. And if you're in the woods and you have trees above you, kind of got to watch out for widowmakers. And yeah, my wife would not like that if I was to have a massive log follow me on camera and do me harm. But anyways, so back to what I was saying. Hopefully some of you guys gained some info on that technique of starting a fire. If you live in Florida, you can find that material anywhere. And I'm assuming a lot of you folks have probably, have the cotton ball saturated with Vaseline. I always have them in my pack. I even have spares in the car. I'm overkill when it comes to things, but that's just the way I am. But and also I thought it was cool that we did find a medicinal out on the hike as well, the yellow milkwort, which I thought that was kind of cool. But like I said, I'm trying to figure out ways when I go out on these hikes to make them educational, and so I kind of wanted to throw some things in there as I come across things and show you guys. The hard part about it is doing it by yourself with the camera gear that I have. It's complicated. It'd be nice to, let's say, have Lady Grey with me, or if I can convince my daughter to come out here with me and maybe teach her how to use the video equipment to help me knock some of this stuff out and set some things up. Because I'd like to do some shelter building with some of the local resources out here. If you guys can see all the palms and stuff, there's a lot of material out in these woods here that you can build a temporary shelter if you had to. I would use the palm fronds, as I would say, on the ground, to kind of get you up off the ground. You can use the material, the pine needles, because there's pines everywhere. There's a lot of things that you can use. Me, preferably, I always pack a hammock. You guys have probably seen that video and that hammock that I did. I got a couple other hammocks that I could probably do reviews on. But they're hammocks, you know what I mean? Some are better than others. But all in all, I myself enjoy doing these types of videos. They might not garner as much views as some of the oh my god, the world is ending videos, but at least I feel that if someone's learning something educational from this is awesome, versus, there's a meteorite headed to the earth and we're all doomed kind of stuff like that. And nothing against those folks, it's just that, what can you do? If a meteor, I know some folks have talked about it, if I don't know, what does it say, a massive meteor comes to hit the United States, there's not much you're going to be able to do. You might get some heads up and maybe you can go somewhere, but the amount of ash and destruction and something like that would do, I don't know the survivability ratios on that. But I know everyday survival, economic collapse, you know, whatever that case may be, or just you're out camping and you get lost in the woods, kind of thing like that. Some of these tips I think would help folks in those situations. Let's say they watch this video and be like, hey, you know, I watched this guy named GreyMan and he showed me I'm in Florida. Because if you watch Naked and Afraid, they're currently, I think Naked and Afraid XL is in a part of Florida, and they are blowing me away of all the mistakes that they're making. And these are experts. And I don't consider myself an expert. I just consider myself educated on these type of things. But I'm thinking there's food all around them. They're arguing amongst themselves and all that stuff like that. Now I'm kind of going on a rant on Naked and Afraid, but it's the current season of Naked and Afraid. I think it's called XL, and they're in Florida, and they're not doing so well. At least some of the folks aren't doing so. There's some of them that are doing pretty good out there. But me personally, I feel that I could do a better job. Now, Naked, I wouldn't want to be in that situation. So, you know, you pack some extra clothes and whatnot. But I guess in worst case scenarios, you know, you got to do what you got to do if you happen to be in that scenario and whatnot. But all in all, folks, I don't want to keep on rambling on. I will be live tomorrow night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so please join me with Late Night with Grey. We usually have a good time. It's not topic specific. We're just there to have a good time. We'll go over things throughout the week. Sometimes we'll talk about current events. Sometimes we'll talk about, you know, farming and gardening and, you know, different skill sets. Sometimes we'll talk about tech, things about YouTube and things that we've learned that can better your videos or whatnot. Or it could just me be rambling on about how work was that afternoon. But the best part is communicating and hanging out with you folks on Thursday nights after the end of the week. So look forward to that. Other than that, go ahead and wrap it up, man. So this is GreyMan. I will see you guys on the rebound. God bless, stay safe, and I'll catch you on the rebound.